Hello, Derby fans.
Hello, roller derby fans.
What's going on, y'alls?
I think it's day 3.
Day 3, the last day.
It is.
Game 16, 2026 Contenders Cup. I'm Captain Motorboater alongside the illustrious, the glorious, the amazing Shady Hawk.
Oh, my goodness gracious. You are too kind. And you, too, sir, are quite lustrous.
If we sound a little out of breath, we just had to run across to the other side of the facility to get our announcer photo taken for the tournament.
Because it's important.
So we had to look pretty, then we had to run, then we had to smile pretty, then we had to run back so we could talk to you fine folks.
So are we really lustrous so much as we are glistening?
Glistening.
We glisten.
This will be exciting. This is the 4th and 5th place result match, if you will.
5th, 6th.
5th, 6th?
5th, 6th.
Okay.
Yeah,
Even
1,
better.
2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just like I said, 5th
Yeah.
and 6th.
Same.
We got Atlanta Roller Derby. The Rumble Bees taking on Carolina Roller Derby. That's the Carolina Roller Derby All-Stars. I'm going to start off by introducing you to the Atlanta Roller Derby Rumble Bees. 0-1-1 is Boba Threat. Number 10, Emma DePayne. 100, Sikaris. 107, Blitz. 1102, Scarlet Fatale. 111 is Mac Attack. 123, Pixie Stick. 1312, Leftist Chainsaw Massacre. Number 14, Gorticia Adams. Number 187, Nuckin Fuzz. Number 2, Square Ruthless. 2209, Sarah Bellum. 505, Jock Holiday. 613, Eleanor Roosevelt. Number 7, Toe Furious. That are the Atlanta Roller Derby Rumblebees.
And for Carolina Roller Derby, Carolina All-Stars, we're going to have today number 10, KO. Number 111, Malice. Number 112, Ash Whoopin'. Number 15, Danny Banani. Number 203, Littlefoot. Number 252, Flannable Lecter. Number 33, Bag of Cats. Number 34, Elastic Ass. Number 416, Cleo Smackya. Number 447, Beverly Crusher. Number 48, Armadillo Hole. Number 517, Scrappy Hour. Number 603, Crab King FOD. Number 750, Fanny Pack-a-Punch. And number 99, Problems.
Our non-skating officials for this game, Barnes and Chernobyl. Snapsmear, Night Trotter, Mingus, Helixer, Doll, Slams the Stark, Cursilla, and Spunky Brewster.
And for our skating officials today, we have RJ, Rough Draft, Catch and Release, Outrage Jess, Space Racer, Cataclysm, and Sam Antics. All right, my friends, we've made it. We are
40 seconds away.
40 seconds away, and both of these teams doing a lose-win-lose pattern to get here. So both came into the tournament, lost their first game, had a little bit of a redemption moment in their second game, which has led us to today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time here in North Richland Hills, Texas, which is a suburb of the great DFW area here in Texas.
We are at the ever-glorious, super spectacular North Richland Hills suburb of Dallas. This is my favorite place to have roller derby.
It is, especially here at the NITEC Center. Plenty of room.
NITEC Center, that's center with an R-E at the end because we're Canadian around here.
Yeah, you know. Looks like our skaters are getting lined up and are ready to go. Taking the track, first jammer of the day for the Rumble Bees going to be Blitz. First for Carolina, Elastic Ass. Out front, though, first is going to be Blitz.
That was very quick to gain control of this by Blitz. Straight through the center of the pack, barely any resistance.
Around now for that scoring pass, Elastic Ass looking for an opening. Star Stash cover in hand, braced against the tripod, looking for the outside. Lateral move blocked. And through on the inside, though, as that pack shifted, is going to be Blitz putting points up on the board for Atlanta, but also taking advantage of the opening. Elastic Ass right behind.
Getting closer to the pack with no space, Blitz decided that was the opportune time to get the call off. I always think their jammers are looking how close they are to the bench, and they're like, let's get closer to the bench before I call this off so that I can just go right into relax mode.
That is not a terrible idea. Coming up for Atlanta is going to be Nuck and Futz. Nuck and Futz with Malice next door for Carolina.
Malice had a great game in the win for Carolina. See if that continues as Malice jumps out quickly and grabs lead jammer.
Stuck in the pack is Nuck and Futz against that brace tripod. A little hop back to reset. Still, and really leaning in to the Carolina tripod. Carolina feeling comfortable enough to drop some offense. Nice. Provides enough. Malice through for 4.
Looks like Nuck and Futz threw on the initial pass for Atlanta. Already in a scoring position. Malice trying to work to the outside. Gets the 4 looking for and shut the door.
There was a Carolina blocker at the back, but still not going to reach it quite in time. 0 points on the board for Atlanta.
8-4. We have a lead change.
Lead change.
Do we count lead change for the first one?
You know what? I think we do.
I got to check the rule book on that to see.
Listen, when it comes
the hydration rule book.
When it comes to hydration, though, I don't think you can have too much.
And then somebody's going to tell you about the story they read where the lady died trying to drink as much water as humanly possible for a radio contest.
Oh my goodness. All right, this jam number 3, Jock Holiday going to take the line for the Rumblebees. Bag of Cats for Carolina, and it's going to be...
Bag of Cats already got lead jam.
Bag of Cats. Jock Holiday, though, out on a star stash. If you remember in that very first game of the very first day, Jock Holiday's front axle exploded off of the skate and went flying through the apex. Good to see that it looks like everything's matchy-matchy down there now. 2 points.
Yep, 2 points on that one.
Jam number 4 lining up to feature Emma Dupain and Elastic Ass. Looks like Carolina going to stick to the 3-jammer rotation, at least for now.
For now.
Emma Dupain right up on the pack, whereas Elastic Ass a little bit more receded, getting some speed upon that approach.
Elastic Ass gets to the top speed pretty quickly, just a couple of steps, but likes to give a little bit of space to get the run up worked in this situation, as Elastic Ass is lead jammer.
On the outside now, we've got penalty being assessed to Atlanta skater leftist chainsaw massacre. We'll take a seat in that penalty box.
I'm going to paint through on the initial pass, and that's going to enact a call off from Elastic Ass after collecting the 4. 14 points on the board for Carolina going into jam number 5.
Carolina describing themselves as a group of feral but lovable cryptids with a penchant for hijinks.
I absolutely love hijinks. Everyone knows this.
Always down for a good hijink.
The only thing I love more than hijinks are shenanigans.
A good shenanigan is good.
Yeah. Jam
number 5 is underway. Blitz wearing the star for the Rumblebees. Malice for Carolina. Out front it is going to be Blitz.
Blitz with the 100% jammer effectiveness rating after 2 jams. Picked up lead both times.
Malice now out as well on a scoring pass. Pack speed increases, but kind of slows as we hit the top of turn number 2, or the bottom of turn number 2, rather. Tap call off. Malice unable to get to the pack. We will see only the 1 on the board for the Rumblebees.
That 3-wall really slowed down Blitz and then knocked Blitz right off the track to the inside as Malice was coming in hot. Had to get the call off, only squirted out the 1.
Pat crushes back.
We got that 4th jammer now for Carolina. Scrappy Hour toes the jam line.
We are.
Taking on Nuck and Futz from the Rumblebees. Rumblebees winning the mascot award this tournament with their inflatable Bumblebee. Inflatabee working third base. You should see in your camera view coming here around the corner. Maybe not.
Out front as lead, though, Scrappy Hour going to take control of the situation back. Entering the pack for the scoring pass, and looks like we're going to get some points, some hips past. Nuck and Futz still trapped in the pack on the initial, back behind a very immobile tripod brought to you by, it looks like Cleo Smakia anchored there with problems. And on the inside, that's Ash whooping.
Carolina doing a great job in this lockdown. Pivot was in the box, so there was no star pass opportunity. Now Pivot's out, but Pivot's the only blocker for Atlanta.
Atlanta doing a little bit of a revolver door through our penalty box here in this jam.
And Nuckenfucks finally got able to secure that initial pass, but 7 points already on the board. Double check to make sure. It looks like, yeah, so a total of 7 on that jam for Carolina. Stretches the lead 21-5.
There's the inflatable.
Inflatable. Yeah, 23 minutes to go in the period.
We're going to see Mac Attack now on the line for the Rumblebees. Elastic Ass returning for Carolina. And through on the inside. Little hop, skip, and a jump there. Elastic Ass going to be your lead jammer.
Mac Attack able to get through initially as well. So quarter track away. Elastic Ass going to try to get as many quick points as possible.
Carolina with a penalty going to Fanny Pack-a-Punch at the end of that jam. So we'll start at a 1 blocker deficit. Jock Holiday going to wear the star this go round next to Malice. Pack going to give us a little bit of a pivot line start. We'll take it.
Yeah, looking around, making sure there was a potential penalty that I thought was going to get called on Elastic Ass because it looked like Elastic Ass might have skated out of bounds at the call off, but looks like they conferred, the officials conferred, and that wasn't the case. So that's why we started off the way we have. But we already had a start. We've already had a star pass now. Malice has handed the star off to Cleo Smakia.
Jock Holiday is on that second scoring pass now, putting the 4 up, and we'll go ahead and call that off, making it an 8-point jam for the Rumblebees.
Great answer by Atlanta.
Score currently at 13, Rumblebees 25 for Carolina. We're going to be going into jam number 19. Right about now, we've crossed that threshold where teams become comfortable with their setups. Things are starting to kind of fall into a groove, and I think we're starting to see that. So there's not actually a lot of, I would say, not a lot of spunk out there on the track from our perspective. I think both of these teams still very locked in and feeling that rhythm.
Sometimes it's feeling the rhythm of their team. Sometimes it's feeling the rhythm of the referees and what they are and are not calling and where you can start to get aggressive. And that, we're hearing some whistles and there's some trickles already headed to the box. I think we're at 8 or 9 penalties between both teams already.
See, you done did said it.
Yeah.
So we're at 5 for the Rumblebees and 3 currently for Carolina. So it just has kind of like started.
Yep.
Like there's this kind of waterfall that's been happening. Up at the front, Carolina going ahead and calling that off. Will take 3 points to add, making their score 28 as that jam comes to a conclusion. And Tofurious in the penalty box now for the Rumblebees next to Pixie Stick. Now I want to be clear, both of these skaters are in as a blocker, not a jammer. Pixie Stick, a part of the Rumblebees jammer rotation. Tofurious will occasionally be as well as a pivot. So just for clarity at home, they are in as blockers, whereas Danny Banani.
Both teams have a pivot and a blocker chilling in the box. Lots of room out there for both these skaters to get through. So Blitz and Elastic Ass, initial pass is complete. Blitz has control of the jam. Looks like Carolina lost another blocker to go report. So we had 3 total blockers on the track at that whistle.
So we are going to sit with 2 blockers each in the penalty box. So a little micro pack.
To
give us.
Jammers
give us
love
start.
that, by the way.
I
They're
know.
so excited to see so much space.
So much room for activities.
There is.
We're going to see Nuckenfucks wearing the star for Atlanta, Malice for Carolina.
We got a shout out on the stream for Let's Go Carolina and Ye Elastic. So.
Out front, both jammers out, but out front first is going to be Malice. While Malice is lead, is not the jammer in the lead. Nuck and Futz in that position, so forcing the call off.
Quickly, didn't even get near
so we
the
see
end.
Here on that outside, Malice just saving it by the toe stop to head through, and then you see there on the inside quickly overtaking is Nuck and Futz.
Only one skater in the box right now, Fanny Pack-a-Punch, so slight pack advantage for Atlanta as we head on to Jam 12. Jock Holiday jamming for the Rumble Bees. Carolina has Scrappy Hour.
In the back of the pack, Scrappy Hour being almost sandwiched in.
Jock Holiday, lead jammer.
Carolina forced to drop back to bridge that out, opening that up for Jock Holiday. Now approaching in, and with an apex hop, 4 points going to the Rumble Bees.
Cleo Smackia had a hit lined up, and Jock just avoided that coming through the apex.
And again, with a little hippity hop through turn 2 for 4 more points.
That one was for style, not for necessity.
We talked yesterday about what would happen if style points were awarded.
Star Pass.
Look at us go. Star Pass being given to number 15. That's Danny Banani.
Yep. Danny Banani was a jammer for 3 seconds.
Team timeout called by Carolina. And with this team timeout, we'd like to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors that have allowed Contenders Cup here in Dallas to happen. A big thank you to our Jam Line sponsor, Jamie K Creative. If you're looking for graphic design services, Jamie K Creative is passionate about helping humans like you bring the creative side of your business to life, from logos, branding, digital and web design, and even print and packaging. Jamie K Creative is ready to turn your idea into something tangible. You can see some of Jamie K's work or request a free consultation at jamiekcreative.com. And if you like some of these lovely overlays on our bottom, like for the team timeout and the WFTDA TDA insurance graphics, that would be the work of our very own Jamie K Creative.
AKA Lady Tally.
Thanks, Lady Tally.
Lady Tally played next door in the MRDA Western Hemisphere Championships for Yahalla, and also was on the microphone doing some announcing for that tournament as well.
Yes.
And sponsoring things. Talk about supporting the sport she loves.
She wears many of the cutest hats.
Yes. She's wearing a Viking hat of some sort today as well, with a shield and has a sword.
I love it. Jam number 13 underway with Carolina at 28. Rumble Bees at 25. 3-point game. Out front as lead is Elastic Ass. Emma Dupain still in the pack, but up at the front, pushing into the apex. Apex, a favorite place for jammers to shake some things up. On the inside line, though, receiving a back block is going to be Elastic Ass. So this is a power jam now for the Rumble Bees, and I'm sure they couldn't be happier.
Yeah, KO now. Oh, not KO, I'm sorry. That's Emma Dupain having an opportunity to take the lead for the first time for Atlanta. Well, excuse me, second time, because they did start 4-0, and so this will be the second time they will have an opportunity to have the lead since jam number 1. Carolina really getting caught up in penalty challenges. It's kind of the flip-flop of what was happening earlier in this period. Atlanta was sending folks to the box. Now Carolina has got a steady stream of penalties happening, and you can see the score following that trend.
Power jam comes to its conclusion with Elastic Ass returning to the track. So now Elastic Ass going to be, I believe, still on the first pass. So there are going to potentially be points in the pocket, but we'll have to remake the pass. So we will see 4 going up on the board for Carolina. In the meantime, we do have a temporary lead change as those points are going to continuously shift. But as it stands now, Rumble Bees have the lead by 1. On the outside by a toe stop, it's going to be Lactic Gas out first. Also looking for the outside was Emma Dupain, but changing and yeah, kind of threading the needle a bit there. Jam will come to its conclusion. We'll see 2 additional points for Carolina, and yes, the full 4 for the Rumblebees. So we have still a 1-point game, but at the end of the jam, Carolina retains the lead.
Retaining the lead with that last 2-point collection.
We are so close to having
So now I do want to give folks a heads up at home. Whenever we've started a game out like this, it has stayed like this
The whole time.
the whole time. So may I recommend, if you need a beverage refresh, you do so now, and fasten your safety belts, put your tray tables in their upright and locked position, because it's going to be that kind of day.
If you were with us for the last game, it went down to the very last jam with Assassination City taking the win over Twister City.
Jammer penalty being called on Malice. Malice will take a seat in the penalty box. That's going to be for a forearm. Power jam opportunity for Mac Attack. Mac Attack still on that initial pass.
This is the 3rd power jam for Atlanta, 3-0.
Lead has been assessed. Mac Attack officially lead. Will enter this first scoring attempt unchallenged, but less than 10 seconds on the penalty for Malice.
Nice job blocking into the inside. Problems able to solve that. There goes Mac Attack, putting 4 on the board for Atlanta. Penalty is over for Carolina. Malice back on the track, engaged with the pack, swings around the outside, initial pass complete. An easy 4 points on the board for Mac Attack, and that also is going to get the call off.
We are going to see a back block penalty assessed to Atlanta's Sikaris. Sikaris going to take a seat in the penalty box.
Slight pack advantage for Carolina going into jam number 15.
Guess what just happened?
What's that?
Lead change.
You call it.
Hydrate, everyone.
Everyone have a sippy sip. Bag of Cats toes the jam line for Carolina. Blitz once again jamming for Atlanta. Little pile up coming off of the jam line. Couple of one knee drops. But on the inside, finding a whole bag of Cats, lead jammer.
So it's like kind of how we talked about, like now we're starting to see the teams get a little bit more comfortable, move a little bit faster, take a little bit more risk as far as their speed.
There's a quick 4 points on the board from Bag of Cats. Shuts Blitz out, shrinks the lead a little bit. Hotlanta, the Rumblebees 45, Carolina All-Stars 42. Slag Nuck and Futz will tow the jam line again for Atlanta. Elastic Ass taking the same position for Carolina. We have 1 Atlanta skater in the box. That's Sarah Bellum.
Through now as lead, going to Elastic Ass. Out quickly behind, Nuck and Futz. Pack is frantic, speed increases. Looks like they are gonna make it just about out of the apex. Elastic Ass through on the outside. 4 gonna go up, and Nuck and Futz steals 1.
Steals 1, almost 2. Right on the borderline of that second point, but.
And so now we have
a tie.
A tie game, 46 Rumblebees, 46 for Carolina. We're going to be going into jam number 17 as the period clock ticks to the 11-minute mark.
Period's flying by.
It is. It is, but it is because there is a lot of good roller derby, and it's hard not to be deeply. We are supposed to be, but watching at home and even like catching glimpses out of the corner of my eye as we have our own stream up as well, it's hard not to just be completely sucked in by what these skaters are doing. Jock Holiday out, will not earn any points, but 1 point will go up on the board.
For Malice, Carolina. Yeah, Malice got a hold of that pretty quickly, but Jock was right on the heels, so Malice squeaked out a point 3/4 of the way around the track, and then a quick call off.
A marked speed increase by these teams within the last few jams. So, and this is officially a lead change as well.
We got a timeout.
More hydration.
Looks like that timeout is going to be Atlanta.
With Atlanta taking this timeout, a big thank you to all of our volunteers that have helped make all of this happen, from our track maintenance to our medics to our officials who have come in from places near and far. A big thank you to you and the remainder and the rest of our announcing crew on both sides of the building for being here to support both Contenders Cup as well as across the street at the West Hemisphere Cup. You know, thank you to the registration friends at the front desk. You know, it takes a village to make these kinds of things happen, and we appreciate all of you.
Thanks for being on the stream, and if you're in the chat, we're checking out what you're writing. Little Toad Woman says that Malice did nothing wrong. Free my sister. We don't have any control of being freed, but we'll definitely relay your message post-game. Catagrimmit says, go ass. Young Mag says, yes, Cats. Yes, Carolina. Come on, CRD. Now we got action right back. Emma DePayne for Atlanta. Scrappy hour for Carolina. There are no skaters in the penalty box. 5-on-5, 80 wheels on the track. Your lead jammer, Scrappy hour.
Emma DuPayne, the third highest scoring in their jammer rotation, currently 12 points in her stats repository for this game.
Here comes Problems coming with a nice little chip to help out Scrappy hour. Good offense there, leads to 4 points on the board.
Recycled to the inside for Emma DuPayne. Emma with the start in hand. And leaning in and kind of almost helping the pack force the movement of that tripod a little bit. But the tripod on lock, that tripod being made up of skaters such as Danny Banani, Fanny Pack, a punch, and that's going to be Flannable Lecter. Problems directing traffic, bringing everybody back for defense, as coming around is going to be Emma DuPayne. But Emma DuPayne not going to get the opportunity.
Not close enough before recognized. Time to call off the jam. Scrappy hour, great job there with good game knowledge, track recognition. Shutting out Atlanta and throwing up a 10 spot, 57-46 now. Mac attack, hoping to get the momentum back on the Atlanta side. Elastic Ass toes the jam line, been very successful in this game and in this tournament from the jammer position. Again, we're still 5-on-5.
Currently in this game, Elastic Ass already collecting 22 points of the 57 that Carolina has on the board.
With room on the inside and a nice hole opened up, Mac attack able to get lead jammer. There goes Elastic Ass initial pass. Adjusting the pads. Mac attack looked like there was going to be a clean shot to the inside, but then the defense swarmed quickly around Mac.
Elastic Ass recycled. Will have to remake it through the pack. On the outside, a track cut though now being assessed to Mac attack. This is going to be the first power jam for Carolina thus far in the game.
This deep in the jam, I'd be looking for a star pass probably to Ash Whoopin, who is the pivot. See, there it is. Ash Whoopin now the jammer, but Atlanta was ready for it. Ooh, nice offense right there. Oh. Beverly Crusher with a nice block, but Ash couldn't keep at track integrity, had to recycle back into turn 3. Now coming out of 4, Ash stays on the feet and puts 4 on the board for Carolina. Mac attack back on the track, engaged with the pack. We're gonna go the full 2 minutes. We got another 26 seconds or so.
Ashwuppen looking for that opening on the outside, was able to find it through the top of the apex last time, now moving up through the middle. Does, oh, but no, an illegal contact penalty being assessed to Ashwuppen based on the clock on the jam clock. That means that Ashwuppen will be in the penalty box at the start of this next jam, giving a power start to the Rumblebees. So, and it looks like it will be the full 30 seconds that Ashwuppen will sit, and it'll be interesting to see the choice of pivot that Carolina chooses to send.
We got
in
Danny
this
Banani
event.
out there, but now, oh, yeah.
That does look like, yep, that's Danny Banani.
Danny Banani and Ash are both equally skilled in blocking and jamming, so wherever the star lands or stays, good position for Carolina to be in, but never like it when your jammer's in the box, and especially when Blitz is out there. Blitz steps right through and gets lead without any resistance. Here comes the first scoring opportunity.
Blitz looking for a way up the middle. Lateral move to the inside, pushing around, almost around Danny Banani, but didn't quite move Danny as much as maybe would want. Carolina forced to bridge.
Really good job on that penalty kill. Only 4 points.
Danny Banani going to pick up another penalty. That's going to be a, I believe I saw the gesture of a high block.
Yep. And as soon as Ash rips off the star helmet to look for a pass option and realize that the pivot's in the box.
A forearm call on Blitz will put this power jam.
I don't think the pack knows yet that they're on the power jam. So there goes Ash through. First pass completed. Gonna fix the star back on the helmet and get ready to put points on the board for Carolina. Rumblebees already have 4, but their scoring is on pause while Blitz serves those 30 seconds. Danny Banani out of the penalty box now, can join the fray.
Blitz on 1 and release from the penalty box. Gonna take up a bit of the track though to get some momentum.
30 seconds left on the jam clock. Ash goes through for 4. Blitz now working through one blocker to beat. There's the 4 points for Atlanta. We're tied 8-8 so far. Ashwuppen redirected. Blitz not finding such as tough a time, able to put those 4 points up.
Kind of ping-ponging there off of those blockers on the inside and, you know, creating that extra amount of space through lane 1.
Ashwuppen got 2 on that final jam. So we are at a 10-point game. Carolina 74. Rumblebees 64. We got 3.5 minutes to go in the period.
And Captain, this is like we were saying kind of earlier, the next thing we knew, we looked up and, you know, we were only at 11 minutes left of roller derby, and here we are looking up and we are less than 30 minutes, or 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you know, left in this game without even like having too much awareness. Out for lead is going to be Malice for Carolina, and, you know, is it just the pack speed? Is it the intense defense? Is it, you know, the fact that there's just so much going on down on the track from both sides defensively? Jam called off. We will see a double donut. No score for that jam. So a reset. A little bit of a reset. Aw, and sportsmanship. Well, love me some sportsmanship.
Got an ARD shout out in the chat. Got a Scrappy shout out in the chat.
You're welcome.
His Waif. I don't know what that's all about.
His wife. Aw. Jock Holiday, the second highest scorer for the Rumblebees, sitting at 20 points. Out to jam now for jam number 22. Bag of Cats, the jammer for Carolina. Bag of Cats in the back of the pack. Jock Holiday towards the front. Jock leaning into the tripod. The pack giving a little bit of a bump there, and a full rotation to the inside is going to create that opening in lane 1. Jock Holiday through as lead jammer for the Rumblebees.
Bag of Cats is getting amoeba blocked. Can't seem to shake off the red.
Jock Holiday looking for an opening on the outside. Will in fact find it. successfully. 4 points going to go on the board. Rumblebees begin to chip away at that 10.
Bag of Cats hands the starred helmet cover off to number 15 in black.
Danny Banani.
That is Danny Banani.
4 additional points on the board, though, for Jock Holiday. Jock Holiday going to wait just until the last minute when Danny Banani gets to the pack and times it. 0 points going to go on the board for Carolina, and an 8-point jam will bring us to a 2-point game.
I feel like I should have been keeping track of the number of.
I have about a minute on the game clock when this jam begins. This could be the last jam of the period. Elastic Ass, Emma DePayne, those are your scoring skaters. Slight pack advantage as Gorticia Adams is in the penalty box for Atlanta, so Carolina has a little bit of an advantage. Your lead jammer, Elastic Ass.
If this does end up being the last jam of the game, so far that'll put Carolina at 14 lead jams thus far in this half to Atlanta's 9.
Emma DePayne almost able to steal a point, but not quite. 3 on the board for Carolina. Elastic Ass was absolutely asking for that 4th point, but didn't quite get the hit past the blocker. 13 seconds in the game clock. It is ticking down. Everybody's in position. I think we're going to get it off, Shady.
We will. I think we've got, about a 3-second gap. Yep. So
Udo
this will
Moss.
now be the final jam.
Well, every time I say it will, then
no,
some,
period clock's at 0. We can say it now.
But then some random penalty that requires one more jam, you know.
Okay, never say never. Never say never. Malice, though, is going to be out as lead, so that will change our statistic just a tad. So 15 now lead jams in this period for Carolina with 9 for the Rumblebees. We will see a 0-0 double donuts to end this half. 72 points for the Rumblebees, 77 for Carolina.
As we promised, a barn burner from minute to minute. Swings and roundabouts, lead changes, but most importantly, a darn good roller derby contest. Shady?
Absolutely. We're having a great afternoon here. We hope you're enjoying with us. We will be back here to bring you even more of the derby goodness in just about 10 minutes.
Is your business's branding holding you back? Whether you need an updated logo, a user-friendly website, or standout print materials, Jamie K Creative can help you bring your brand to life. For projects, pricing, and more, visit jamiekcreative.com.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.
Welcome back, Derby fans. We're here. We're ready for the second half of this midday game here, noon Central Standard Time at Contenders Cup, the inaugural of 2026. This game is the Atlanta Rumblebees versus Carolina Roller Derby. And as we closed out the first half of this game, we have a 6-point game, 72 to the Rumblebees and 78 Carolina.
Shady Hawkins, I don't know if you're watching the stream, but dancing inflated bees are the best bees.
It's Pink Pony Girl is
Pink Pony Club.
Pink Pony Club, Pink Pony Girl, Pink Pony. Same. I mean, Pink Pony. Yeah, everyone is a pink pony. And you may catch bits and pieces over our stream of everyone in house singing.
But don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. So we have some penalty counts for you. At the end of the first half, we have 14 penalties being assigned to the Rumblebees, 11 penalties over on the Carolina side. Lead jams, as we stated at the end of the first half, 9 lead jams for the Rumblebees, 15 for Carolina. Both teams now have had 2 power jams each and 4 star passes over on the Carolina side. So we're averaging about the same number of points per jam, but it really is going to be that that lead jam acquisition that is making the difference. And I don't think anybody that plays roller derby knows roller derby, listens to roller derby, watches roller derby any more than casually is aware of that fact. So that is a pretty standard operating procedure. That's what we're seeing.
I also think you just set a broadcast record for saying roller derby the most times.
Oh, really?
In 10 seconds.
Did I?
Yeah, that was really well done.
I don't know. Let's look to the chat. Chat?
They might still be on break.
Better not be, unless it's to refill that water bottle or whatever the beverage of your choice may be.
So
no judgment.
Elastic Ass is looking over her shoulder and then stretching, making sure that the camera people are getting her flexibility documented.
Hey, you gotta get the good side. Oh yeah.
Little intimidation there by Fanny Pack-a-Punch. 6-point game. Carolina in the lead.
Before we start this jam off, also want to take a moment to thank Urban Apothecary. They are a skater-made wellness product like gummies for focus and rest. They make topical pain relievers and bath soaks. You can find them online at urbanapothecary.com, and they are also the sponsor of our official reviews.
Jennifer Billings says that Elastic is my hero. Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
Pretty good hero to have. 25 points to Elastic Ass's credit in this game thus far, as Elastic Ass does come out as lead. And
is on the power jam. Mac Attack hit with a penalty right from the jump.
And it is an illegal contact penalty as well.
There's the first 4 of the power jam on the board by Elastic Ass.
So Carolina going to maintain that lead for now.
Elastic tries to go outside, nothing there. Checks the center of the track, now collecting some offense. Problems leading the offense, helping to get those 4 points registered for Carolina.
Pack stable in turn number 1. Hasn't really moved all that far. We saw a lot more pack movement towards the end of the second period, but now it seems like we're kind of slowing things back down a bit. We'll see 4 points additionally, so an 12-point jam total.
Watch this breakthrough. There comes the offensive help, and right around the outside, absorbing a hit, Elastic Ass gets those first 4 of that power jam.
Sicarus in the penalty box to begin this jam on a forearm. Blitz will take the line for the Rumblebees. Malice for Carolina.
We got Willow here for CRD on the chat. Crass Knuckles, Prop in Carolina on the chat. Thanks for being here with us.
Lead jammer is awarded to Blitz. However, lead jammer in front is going to be Malice of Carolina. So it looks like Rumblebees waiting to see if the call will happen. And arms out, waiting for the signal. And yep, there we go. So we'll see if any theft of points occurred.
Definitely did, and I'm curious why the wait.
So Rumblebees, I think maybe timing it to tick down some of the clock.
Yeah, paid attention to a blocker in the box, but they were sending one to the box anyway. Shocking that it was a double donut there, because it sure looked like at least one hip got past from where we're at, but we are pretty far away.
We are pretty far away.
We're not there on the track, and these skating officials know exactly what they're doing.
Jam is on with the 2 blockers in the pack. So Sycarus just now completing a penalty. Scarlet Fatale. Scar will sit for another 20 seconds. Out front as lead is going to be Bag of Cats. Jock Holiday following somewhat closely. Jock Holiday with 28 points so far in this game.
Jock's been a real bright spot from the jammer position, along with Blitz for Atlanta.
Jam comes to an end. We'll see 1 point being just tucked in there at the end. 2. 92 now for Carolina, 72, 20 points now separating these 2 teams. Both teams using 1 timeout in the first period, so still having 2. Both, of course, have an official review for this half. Elastic Ass will take the line again. 37 points now for Elastic Ass in this game.
It's a 20-point lead for Carolina going into jam number 4. So continuing to put on the pressure. Here goes Elastic Ass, very successful once again in capturing lead jammer.
Elastic Ass sitting at about 75% lead acquisition, and then a 20-point positive point differential. But now a track cut being called, going to stall those numbers for now.
Yep, Emma DePayne hits the box on the track cut. Elastic Ass fighting this 4-wall, looking for a little offense. It does show up coming out of the apex, one skater to beat before registering the 4 on the board, but Elastic Ass is like, let's just call this off, and how about we get a nice re-rack, get a good power start. 2 points collected in that jam.
Love a good re-rack.
Sorry, 3 points, extending the lead. 23 points, Carolina over the Rumblebees. 5th jam will feature Malice, the only jammer on the track. We are full complement of blockers.
So Emma DuPayne will sit for an additional, looks like 5 more seconds.
That should be enough time for Malice to get back into a scoring position after that initial pass was finished. Now Malice trying center of the track. Gets pushed to the outside. Great block there.
Ooh, meeting the shoulder. Fanny Pack-a-Punch with the shoulder to Emma DuPayne.
Malice steps off the track after being forced and then calls off the jam before Emma DuPayne can get in the scoring world.
So here we'll see Emma DuPayne enter, and boom!
Yeah, that was a leftist chainsaw massacre.
Well, no, up at the front here, we'll see, here comes Emma DuPayne entering the pack. 750 officials are in the way just there, but I mean, that first angle, it was clear. Fanny Pack-a-Punch was ready.
Action everywhere in the pack. We got everyone on the track this time. The box is empty. Your jammers are Scrappy Hour for Carolina, Mac Attack for Atlanta. Some more love for Atlanta Roller Derby on the stream chat.
Through 1 blocker left to go. Again, 1 blocker as Atlanta recycles. Out as lead, going to be Scrappy Hour. Scrappy Hour with 17 points. Mac Attack with 14.
Power jam again. Mac Attack, forearm penalty in the box. Scrappy Hour already in position to score, trying to test the center of that 4-wall from Atlanta. Here comes some offense on the outside.
It's going to be from Ash Whoopin and Crab King.
FOD.
FOD.
I love crab, by the way. It's one of my favorite seafoods.
Remind me how it tastes.
It tastes just like sea.
jam is called. So that is going to freeze Mac Attack in the penalty box for the time being. Pixie Stick now also taking a seat in between jams for a back block. So not only power start for Carolina, but pack advantage. And this is the jammer you want to do that. Elastic Ass wearing the star, and we will have a timeout called by Atlanta.
Probably a good idea, as what was a 6-point lead at the start of this period has ballooned to a 30-point lead. Some of these power jams are going to get you in trouble.
Indeed.
What
And
sponsors are we going to read so we don't get in trouble?
You know what? So some skaters won't get in trouble. We'd like to shout out 888 for keeping the tournament host, Dallas Derby Devils, geared up head to toe. Thank you for being a season sponsor as well as a sponsor for the 2026 inaugural Contenders Cup.
All right, that should keep us out of the penalty box. When we do rack jam number 7 and get alignment, it will be a power start again for Carolina. Mac Attack is standing in the penalty box, so at the whistle the release will happen, but that slight advantage at the whistle and just where the penalty box is positioned in this tournament, the jammer does get an opportunity to get out of the box and straight through the apex of 4. So not a huge advantage in being standing, but better than where it normally is.
Indeed.
Saves about a quarter of a track for the skaters to get back on when they're coming through the jam line at the beginning of this jam. Elastic Ass is already through, has control for Carolina. Mac Attack out of the box now.
Elastic Ass doing that little bit of a dance at the beginning of the jam, and Carolina saying that their ability or irrepressible need to be both silly and aggressive, intense at the same time. They're definitely their strength.
It's how Carolina rolls, and it suits them well. Here comes Elastic Ass outside. There's 4 more on the board, 8 on the jam so far. Mac Attack still trying to get the initial pass done. A great job blocking here by Carolina. Problems up front, goes chest to chest, then Mac Attack gets the better of that confrontation. 12th point registered for Carolina on the jam. About a quarter track spacing between Mac Attack and Elastic Ass.
Pack speed increasing to move through the top of that apex. And with the conclusion of that jam, Elastic Ass has officially scored 25% of the total game's points.
The whole game.
Whole game.
Not just for the team.
Not just for the team.
Whole game.
Whole game.
And the penalties are mounting heavily for Atlanta now. 21-11 go to those counts. And the flip-flop control or lead jam is slanted on the Carolina side at 21-10. So we really are seeing how the rubber is meeting the road in this point differential. 42 points separating the teams, 114-72. Bag of Cats and Blitz jamming for their respective sides. Blitz up front with 1 blocker to beat, is able to get control. Blitz is your lead jammer.
In the back of the pack, we're going to see Bag of Cats looking for an opening on the outside, getting some offensive assistance there and defense prior to the arrival of Blitz. Hopefully they're going to be able to open up that line. And yes, through to the inside due to Blitz's pass. Atlanta making a little bit of space there. Bag of Cats able to take advantage.
Now with a quick moving pack, Blitz is trying to decide when to call off and decides not enough space to get a point or grab a point before the call off, so better to be safe than sorry.
Rumblebees breaking a 5-jam streak. That was the first lead in 5 jams.
So got a little bit of notation. Michelle says Crab King FOD, like God, but with the F.
Ah, thank you.
Thanks for that note. We also got a shout out for recognizing silly but aggressive energy.
Listen, I roll with that.
You know what's not silly is when you get popped for a penalty as a jammer. Back block is the call. Malice sits down. Jock Holiday And Atlanta on the power jam.
Through on the outside, just missing the hips of Flannable Lecter. Wearing putting the star rather back on is Jock Holiday. Oh, I've been told that we should speculate whether or not Flannable Lecter has a rubber chicken on their person in this very moment.
Okay.
So we'll.
Are we taking? Is this like a Kalshi where we're going to do odds?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to be looking now.
Malice is through, serving the penalty back on the track and engaged with the pack. Jock Holiday scoring opportunity for Atlanta. Jock takes look to the outside, avoiding 2 blockers from Carolina now. One to solve to get that 4th point. That's been accomplished. We are going the full 2 minutes as we don't have a lead jammer. Everybody gets to put points on the board.
We'll see Malice
Cleo Smackia in the penalty box for Carolina.
creeping away from the pack. Pack was almost kind of chasing, but now having slowed. Malice entering now on the scoring pass, looking for the opening. Lateral move, 1 blocker left. Ooh!
Catches a foot. Wondering where the low block was. Wasn't there.
Well, Malice recycling to the back of the pack definitely is, as Jock Holiday tries to find the same line in lane 1, does find it, but by a no pass. So we will see 4 points on the board for the Rumblebees, 12 total on the jam, 7 points total for Carolina. And you know what? I gave it a good look, and I'm not sure
You found no chicken?
if she's rubber chickening.
Oh, they got some look like rubber chicken earrings.
Rubber chicken. The rubber chicken has been located.
There you go.
I'm glad I wore my glasses, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to see that on the stream.
I was looking down at a different area where we collect our data, and then I glanced up and caught it on camera.
Currently in a team timeout called by Carolina. During this team timeout, a big thank you to our sponsors across the board who have made this weekend possible for any and all of us. And it is your support that allows us to have these tournaments, and we are pleased to bring you their information. GSJJ providing all of the medals for our tournament winners this weekend. And if you know announcers, we love our medals. You can visit gs-jj.com to customize your pins, coins, medals, patches, keychains. They do lanyards. They do everything.
Our chat says that Flan absolutely has rubber chicken on her person always.
Excellent.
And a shout out to the camera work that caught that shot of the rubber chicken earrings.
Indeed, doing the work of the infinite.
Thank you, camera guy. Shake that fist with victory.
Lead jammer going to Elastic Ass out and about half a track away as Nuckenfutz returning to the jam line. It's been a little bit of time since we've seen Nuckenfutz jam. Jam called. We will have a double donut. So, Elastic Ass asking for one, but firmly held closed tight fist.
You can't have all the points all the time. Sometimes they're not there because you didn't earn them.
Mac Attack going to wear the star for the Rumblebees. Bag of Cats for Carolina. Bag of Cats looking to the outside. Also looking to the outside is Mac Attack. Packs both roll inside almost simultaneously. We have a tripod up at the front as Rumblebees started with pack advantage, but now all blockers have returned to the track as number 14 for the Rumblebees, Gortisha Adams, leaves to head to that penalty box. We'll see the packs now begin to spread. Tripod up at the front of the pack. Pack is currently all And now bridging is Carolina. 2 left to go.
There's
Mac
2
Attack up
walls.
at the 2, and lead going to Mac Attack.
Well, what a great 2-wall to keep Mac Attack at bay for quite a long time. Now we got a star pass. Danny Banani is going to jam.
Danny Banani taking several of the star passes in this game.
Everybody calling for offense to try to get those last couple of points for the Rumble Bees. After a couple of great jams, Atlanta's able to trim the lead down to 29 points.
I said game weekend. Danny Banani taking stars.
Yeah.
The weekend.
15 minutes to go in the half. Shady Hawkins.
We are halfway done with the second half of this game already as jam number 12 begins. Blitz for the Rumblebees, Malice for Carolina. And out first on the inside is going to be Malice.
Right behind Malice is Blitz. Not even a quarter track separates the 2 jammers. Depending on where this pack ends up, yeah, Malice isn't even going to mess with it. Going to tap the hips and call it off and get a nice reset for jam number 13. Still 29 points separating the teams after that double donut. Towing the jam line for the Rumble Bees will be Jock Holiday. Scrappy hour for Carolina once again. Ready to rock and or roll depending on the decision.
Why not? ¿Por qué no los dos?
If you try to do that in a roller derby game, boy.
Through and up the middle is Jock Holiday, but quickly sucked back into the amoeba. I can't even see Scrappy Hour at this point until now, having hit the apex. It's going to be Jock Holiday out front as lead. Jock Holiday with 40 points. Scrappy Hour, 1 blocker left to go. Up in the top of the apex, will have to recycle, but
Friendly fire. That was a tough fall and hit Atlanta coming together in ways they didn't hope to.
Officials discussing whether or not Scrappy Hour was on the perpetrator of a track cut.
Our technology says it is so, but until those cheeks hit the seats, it's not for realisms.
So we'll see a replay of the ending of that. Scrappy out,
Yeah, it
move
looked like
through.
it sure was possible.
It's possible, and but not called.
Not
Penalty
called.
box will remain empty. So, and out front is going to be Elastic Ass for the Rumblebees. We have Emma Dupain.
Still working to get through on the initial pass. Emma, ooh. Both skaters got so low that they were falling as they collided.
Listen,
One of them could have got a low block, but when they're at the same level.
When you tell a skater to get low.
Yeah. They both slid into collision. You don't see that often, but it looked cool.
4 points up on the board for Elastic Ass in this jam. This is going to bring us to a 30-point game as the score sits now.
Directional block. Penalty assessed to KO.
3 points. Somebody get that photo of Elastic Ass and the jam ref face to face doing points.
Elastic Ass always very helpful with the jam referee to help remind them the total amount of points that were scored, just to make sure.
Well, maybe.
128.95. Jam number 15 features Bag of Cats for Carolina. Mac Attack, your lead jammer. Another successful trip to the stripe for Mac Attack. Already has control. In a position to put points on the board. Lots of room on the inside. A little nudge through. That'll be 4.
Mac Attack with 38% lead acquisition. And with those 4 points, I believe we are sitting at 18 for Mac Attack total for the game. 22. 22 points for the game.
22 points.
And with that lead, actually, it bumped up to 44%.
There we go. 11 minutes left, period number 2. Last game of the weekend for both of these teams.
So out front on the outside line, going to Malice. Malice with 20 points in the game so far. Malice also at a 73% lead acquisition.
Blitz came right through on the inside as Malice went outside. So those jammers were in close proximity, and that'll force a call off almost every time.
99 for the Atlanta Rumblebees, 128 for Carolina Roller Derby. Coming up on the 10-minute, 15-second mark, going into jam number 17.
Elastic Ass and Jock Holiday, your jammers on record. We
Both.
are 5-on-5.
Both giving a little octopus.
Getting their wiggles on.
Jock Holiday towards the front of the pack first, but a quick recycle. Problems on the taking the lead on that recycle forward.
Elastic Ass moving that 3-wall, now 4-wall of Atlanta forward. Able to collect lead jammer, but unable to escape the pack.
So Jock Holiday, jammer in the lead, but not lead jammer. Elastic waiting until that very last minute.
Always entertaining.
Well, not just entertaining, but also a strategy, if you will. So you know, it is a fact that the Rumblebees at 99, Carolina at 128, Carolina being in the lead. At this point, when do you start having the conversation about burning time?
You're just chipping off those seconds. Waiting and waiting and waiting. Plus, an opportunity to have words with your fellow jammer as they come by.
Yeah, you know, say hello, oh, hello.
Nuck and Futz in red, number 187, taking on Scrappy Hour. Scrappy Hour grabbing a hold of the jam, taking the lead position. Nuck and Futz, initial pass complete for Hotlanta. Quite a collision coming in back into the pack by Scrappy Hour. Able to chip off 3 points in that.
Scarlet Fatale on the receiving end of that contact. Mac Attack and Bag O Cats off the line. Our Jamie K creative jammer line.
Bag of Cats had a great day yesterday on Catterday, no less.
Love a good Catter Day. Bridging out is Carolina. Mac Attack in the lead as blockers are called out of play. So Mac Attack around now on a scoring pass. Flannable Lecter going to take a seat in the penalty box for a multiplayer. Mac Attack recycling to the inside will continue this scoring pass. Meanwhile, Danny Banani on the receiving end of another star pass, completing that initial. Mac Attack pushed to the outside by Fanny Pack-a-Punch and will pick up 3. Both of these teams, you know, admittedly, we missed it for Carolina, but now both of these teams have crossed the century mark. So I'm going to need you to go ahead and take 2 sips.
2 sips.
2 sips.
I will do that. And while we refresh ourselves, we'll tell you about Malice being the jammer for Carolina and Blitz jamming for the Rumblebees. We're inside of 7 minutes in this game.
Forearm is the call on Atlanta's leftist chainsaw massacre.
Your lead jammer, Blitz. Malice able to get that initial pass done for Carolina as well. Pack is picking up speed. There goes Blitz, 360 spin off the track. Interesting.
So over the last 4 jams, game pace has slowed a little. Only 6 points over the last 4 jams have been scored. So we are seeing maybe an evidence of Carolina when in control, choosing to extend that time.
Yeah, one thing you're not seeing Atlanta do, which might change here once we're at 5 minutes, is running these jams a little longer and hoping for a jammer penalty on Carolina. The hit and quit thing is just burning a lot of time in between jams from the game clock perspective.
Lead jammer now going to Jock Holiday. So that is 2 in a row for Atlanta now. Or excuse me, 3 in a row. We'll take 1 point for Carolina.
We got a shout out for Carolina on the chat. For Matthew Wood. Vianney X says Leftist Chainsaw Massacre is a really good derby name. I completely agree.
Same seas.
Any incorporation of any horror movies or horror characters are always going to get my favor.
Me personally, Nuck and Futz is
Solid.
definitely a solid derby name that I have called many a time, and I am thrilled to do so. Emma Dupain will take a seat in the penalty box. We do have a lead being awarded to Bag of Cats.
Power jam for Carolina.
Bag of Cats at 67% lead acquisition.
4 points on the board from Bag of Cats. Looks like Cleo Smackia forearm penalty. Headed to the box. There goes another 4 on the board for Carolina. 38-point lead as we wrap up Jam 22. We're at the 4-minute mark. That could be the proverbial nail in the coffin.
It could be. Emma Dupain, though, with according to her, 4 seconds left in the penalty box at the beginning of this jam.
Look at the work on the outside here by Bag of Cats, avoiding blocks. That's when the first 4 went on the board. Whistle blows, the skaters roll. It's a power start for Malice. Malice working center of the track. Emma Dupain back on the track, already pinballing around, trying to create some space, maybe capturing lead jammer for Atlanta. Problems has organized the brace trio up front for Carolina.
Cleo Smackia on the way to the penalty box for a 4R.
That was Gortisha.
Or Gortisha Adams.
Cleo was coming out of the penalty box.
Yeah, ha, 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 ha.
Yep. 2 ships passing in the night.
Emma Dupain sliding to the outside. Blockers rotate to the front. At one point, we're going to have to bridge.
And we got a lead jammer. Malice comes through at the same time. Not a lot of space for Emma to do a lot of work, but the game clock continues to wind, so you either got to call this off or you got to get your people to stop and get some points. And here goes the call off.
Carolina really speeding that pack up there at the end of the jam, forcing the burn of the clock.
38 points separating the two. We're coming up on 2 minutes to go. Blitz on the jam line for Atlanta. The Rumble Bees putting their number 1 up against, Mac Attack, excuse me, going up against Elastic Ass. But we have an official timeout.
Official timeout. Looks definitely some discussion down in the center of the track there. And during said discussion, we'll take an opportunity to thank Thread, Sweat, and Tears. They create custom apparel for teams and leagues that want gear that truly reflects them. From fully custom jerseys to merch stores and beyond, every piece is designed to reflect your team's identity while keeping quality, comfort, and community at the center. You can find them at threadsweattears.com/pages/what-we-offer, or of course on the Instas at Thread Sweat, the letter N, Tears.
Shout out on the stream chat for the excellent officiating. I agree. This has been a very well officiated game. and the pace has been excellent by both teams. Moving right along. Again, we're inside of 2 minutes now with a 38-point advantage for Carolina.
Both
Elastic Ass and Mac Attack both looking for space. Somebody wants control of this jam. Who's it going to be? And it's going to be Elastic Ass, and it's going to be a power jam. Mac Attack gets nailed with the forearm penalty.
So Elastic Ass in control of this jam. The jam clock and the period clock are identical. So at this point, all Elastic Ass has to do is go the full 2-minute jam.
Assuming that will be the case, or maybe we'll get one of those random call off with 5 seconds left for no reason, and then a timeout gets called, so we get one more.
It is in the hands of Elastic Ass, unless Elastic Ass
gets a penalty.
Gets a penalty, in which case it is in the hands of the clock at that point.
Yeah.
So if you would like to see one more jam, one must appeal to Elastic Ass in this moment.
Maybe text her.
She can check that.
Probably has it on her watch.
Oh yeah, you know.
There goes 4 on the board. Mac Attack back on the track and already causing havoc. A duo of blockers in the box now, one for each side. Ash Whoopin and Cerebellum.
Mac Attack through on the initial. And Elastic Ass is going to go ahead and call that jam. Although if they want another one, somebody's got a clock stoppage.
Taking a look to see, and it looks like the coach for Atlanta is making the stroll. And
we'll see.
No. Wandered out like they were gonna, and then said, "Never mind. No more jams for nobody. So we're gonna call it a game."
We are at an unofficial final right now. 5th place for Contenders Cup, going to, at this moment, a Carolina Roller Derby with the Rumble Bees in 6th. So Carolina at 151, Rumble Bees at 102. While we wait for this to be official.
There it is.
There it is. So Carolina taking 5th place officially at the 2026 inaugural Contenders Cup. Rumble Bees in 6th with 102. 49 points between the two teams at the end of the game. The first beginning period of this, the first several jams, it was just one off to one off to one off to one off. And then throughout the second half, we saw Carolina just kind of take it away and really become comfortable on that track space to get us to where we are.
Great representation by Carolina. They had a great tournament. The results, I don't know what they were hoping for, but they got to be very proud of this finish. Very proud of that game, and I'm excited to see Carolina further down the road and more, especially in these D2 type tournaments, right?
Well, they do say that part of their goal of coming here this weekend is to foster more relationships with teams in the South, so I think they've done just that.
They've been a pleasure to have here. So has Atlanta. The Rumble Bees have made this a heck of a lot of fun. Want to congratulate them on a wonderful weekend as well. Thank you, everybody who joined us on the stream. With total 151 to 102, Carolina takes the game. I remain Captain Motorboater. Thank you, Shady Hawkins, for another wonderful time.
I was going to say, I will always be Shady Hawkins to your Captain Motorboater. And stay tuned. The next game is going to be our 3rd place game. So this next game is going to be for a medal. Don't go too terribly far. This is going to be coming up Nashville versus the Texas Chainsaws. So we'll see you back here at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time.